Okay. Today I'm going to discuss about some question, and here is some. Okay, I hope your is audible. Okay, let's begin. So first question. First question is, which is the important site of formation of glycoproteins and glycolipids in the eukaryotic cell? So 4 options are given. You have to choose the correct answer for this question. So it has come in the NEET exam 2020, and it is a very good question, like which is the important site of formation of glycoproteins and glycolipids in the eukaryotic cells. So the 4 options are given. You have to choose the correct answer for this question. So first option, endoplasmic reticulum. Option B, paroxysomes and Golgi bodies and polysomes. So the correct answer for this question is definitely will be in the Golgi bodies, because the Golgi bodies are the primary site for modification, packaging and formation of glycoproteins and glycolipids in eukaryotic cells. But other option like endoplasmic reticulum is not correct, because it is involved in initial synthesis but not in the final formations. So paroxysm involved in the protein metabolism and detoxification, and not glycoprotein or glycolipid formation. And polysomes complex of ribosomes involved in the protein synthesis, not glycosylation. So let's go to the next question. Which of the following statement is not correct? So we have to choose the incorrect option among the 4 options. Lysosomes are formed by the process of packaging in the endoplasmic reticulum. Option B. Lysosomes have the numerous hydrolytic enzymes, and the hydrolytic enzymes of lysosomes are active site under the acidic pH. And option D, lysosomes are membrane bound structure. So you have to choose the correct answer for this question. So for this questions, correct answer will be formed by the process of packaging in the endoplasmic reticulum is the incorrect about. because lysozymes are formed by the Golgi apparatus, not directly by the endoplasmic reticulum. The endoplasmic reticulum synthesizes the enzymes which are then packaged into the lysosome by the Golgi apparatus. So other options like lysosomes have numerous hydrolytic enzymes. So hydrolytic enzyme, this statement is correct. Because the lysosomes contain many types of enzymes for digestions. And option C, hydrolytic enzymes. Hydrolytic enzymes of lysosomes are active under acidic pH. And definitely this option is also correct because the lysosomes contain many types of hydrolytic enzymes and they are active only in the under the acidic conditions or low pH. That's why this option is also correct. So the last option, the lysosomes are membrane bound structure. Of course, lysosomes is a single membrane bound organelles because it have the only single membrane. So that's option is statement. Lysosomes are membrane bound structure is also correct. So here we from these discussions we have find out that lysosomes are formed by the process of packaging in the endoplasmic reticulum. So this is the explanation for this question. So I hope you will be very benefited from this type of explanations. So let's move to the next question. Which one of the following statement regarding mitochondria is incorrect? Here you have to also find out the statement incorrect statement. You have to find out the incorrect one. So let's read first the statements. Option A, mitochondria matrix contains single circular DNA molecule and ribosomes. Option B, outer membrane is permeable to monomers of carbohydrates, fats and proteins, and enzymes of are embedded in the outer membrane, and inner membrane is convoluted with infolding. So here you have to, from these options you have to find out the incorrect option. So the incorrect option will be option C, the enzymes of electron transports are embedded in the outer membrane. This is not correct because the enzymes of the electron transport chains are embedded in the inner membrane of mitochondria, not outer membrane. So it is the incorrect statement about the. But other options like mitochondria matrix contains single circular DNA molecules and ribosome, it is correct because mitochondria have their own DNA and ribosomes. And option B, the outer membrane is permeable to monomers of carbohydrate, fats and protein. This option also correct because due to the presence of purines, because outer membrane of mitochondria have purines, and through the purines like carbohydrates, fats and proteins can easily transport. So this option B also correct. And option D, inner membrane is convoluted with infoldings. So the inner membrane is convoluted with infoldings. This is correct because Christie increase surface area for ATP production. So infolding is mainly occur due to increase for expansion of the surface of the inner membrane. So that is the explanation for this question. So let's move to the next question. I hope this question also help you. This have come in the NEET exam 2019. Let's move to the next question. So next question, the shorter and longer arms of a metacentric chromosomes are referred as. So here the correct answer, 4 options are given, so you have to choose the correct answer. So the So correct answer is option C, P arm and Q arm respectively. So P arm in submetacentric chromosomes, the shorter arm is called P arm, and the longer arm is called the Q arm based on the standard cytogenetic nomenclature. So and other options are no standards, and these are not relevant with the naming of the arms of the chromosome. So that's why the option C is the correct answer. So let's move to the next question. Which one of the following pairs of organelles does not contain DNA? So here 4 options are given. You have to choose the correct answer for this question. So first option, nuclear envelope and mitochondria. Option B, mitochondria and lysosomes. Option C, chloroplast and vacuoles. And option D, lysosome and vacuole. So the correct answer for this question is lysosome and vacuole. So in this question you have to find out the which of the following pairs of organelle does not contain any DNA. So lysosome don't have, and lysosome and vacuoles don't have any kind of DNA because they are primarily involved in digestion, storage, digestion. Lysosomes are mainly involved in digestion and vacuoles mainly involved in storage. That's why they don't need any kind of genetic materials. Other organelles like mitochondria, chloroplast, they have their own DNA because mitochondria need DNA because they are originated from prokaryotic cells. So prokaryotic cells, they have their own DNA, and when they engulfed by the eukaryotic cells, then it's remain in the mitochondria, and it is actually prokaryotic or a bacteria. So let's so for this question, I hope you understand. So let's move to the next question. So here the question is matching. So matching is the Golgi apparatus. The Golgi apparatus is involved in formation of glycoproteins and glycolipids. So in Golgi apparatus there occurs modification of proteins, like with carbohydrates are attached with proteins and lipids. So the Golgi apparatus always involved in formation of glycoproteins and glycolipids, and lysosome is involved in digestion of biomolecules, and vacuoles is involved in trap waste and excretory products, and ribosomes is involved in synthesis of proteins. So the correct answer will be here the option A. It will so explanation. Lysosomes are responsible for digestion molecules. Vacuoles are involved in trapping the waste and excretory products, and ribosomes are involved in it is the site of protein synthesis. So this is the correct explanation for this question. So let's move to the next question. Which of the following is true for nucleolus? So the 4 options are given. You have to choose the correct answer for this question. So option A, larger nuclei are present in dividing cell, and option B, it is membrane bound structure. Option C, it takes part in spindle formation, and option D, it is a site for active ribosomal RNA synthesis. So here in this question, which of the following is true for nucleolus? So you have to find out the correct answer for this. So the correct answer for this question is option D. It is the site of active ribosomal RNA synthesis, because the nucleus is a non-membrane bound structure within the nucleus, and where the ribosome is synthesized, ribosomal RNA is synthesized and ribosome assembly occurs or begins in there. That's why the option A, the larger nuclei are present in dividing cells. So larger nuclei are present in dividing cells. This is incorrect, because nucleoli size is more related to cellular activity, not necessarily division. And option, it is a membrane bound structure. No, it is not a membrane bound structure. It's lack membrane. And option C, it takes part in spindle formation. No, this option is not correct, because spindle formation involved in spindle formation the centrosomes and microtubules participates, but not a nucleolus. That's why the correct answer for this, the true information about the nucleus in this question is it is a site for active RNA synthesis. It has come in the NEET exam 2018. So if these questions are also important for common university entrance exam, entrance test, who are willing to do honors in zoology, botany, or microbiology, physiology, then it also help you to prepare for this exam. So let's move to the next question. So Golgi, the next question is the Golgi complex participates in fatty acid breakdown, formation of secretory vesicles, and option C, respiration in bacteria, and activation of amino acids. So here the four options. So Golgi complex participates. Mainly in this question, the questions ask you what is the actually function. It is participate in. So it participates in the formation of secretory vesicles, because Golgi complex modifies, packages, and sorts protein and lipids into vesicles for secretion or delivery to the other organs. So fatty acid and the other options like fatty acid break mitochondria, not in the Golgi body. And respirations in bacteria is the invagination or infolding of plasma membrane inside the cytoplasm of bacteria. So, and option D, activation of amino acids. So activation of amino acids occurs in the cytoplasm during the protein synthesis, not in the Golgi complex. So this is the explanation for this question. I hope this type of explanations will help you to understand how these questions are and from where these questions are asked from your NCERT book. I will discuss about the NCERT line by line in other video, and I just try to help out how to read the NCERT books and how to solve the question from each line from the NCERT books. So let's move to the next question. Which one of the following event does not occur in a rough endoplasmic reticulum? So, 4 options given. So, option A, protein folding. Option B, protein glycosylations. So option C, cleavage of signal proteins. And phospholipid synthesis. So 4 options are given. You have to choose the correct answer from this question. So correct answer for this question will be phospholipid synthesis. So phospholipid synthesis mainly occur in the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, not in the rough endoplasmic reticulum. So in rough endoplasmic reticulum, it is mainly involved in protein synthesis and protein folding and glycosylation of the proteins. And smooth endoplasmic reticulum is mainly involved in lipid synthesis and detoxification of toxin. So for this question, the correct answer will be phospholipid synthesis. So the rough endoplasmic reticulum is involved in protein folding, and protein glycosylation is also occur in the endoplasmic reticulum, and cleavage of signal peptide is also occur in the endoplasmic reticulum. So these protein folding, protein synthesis, protein folding, protein glycosylations all are involved with is associated with the rough endoplasmic reticulum. Only the smooth endoplasmic reticulum only involved with the protein lipid synthesis. So let's move to the next question. Select the incorrect match. So Lambras chromosome, diplotin bivalents, allosome sex chromosomes, submetacentric chromosome, L-shaped chromosomes, and polytene chromosome or sites of chromosomes amphibians. So the incorrect match in this question, you have to find out the incorrect match. So incorrect match here, polytene, the oocytes of amphibians. So polytene chromosomes are found in the salivary glands of certain insects, not in the oocytes of amphibians. And Lambras chromosome is a diplotin bivalence because they are seen during the diplotin phase of meiosis. And allosomes is also known as sex chromosome. It also correct. And submetacentric is a L-shaped chromosome, and it has a L-shaped structure. That's why many information when you solving this type of question, you also get many. It's also help you if you asked where polytene chromosome is found, so you can get easily the information here. The polytene chromosomes are found in the salivary glands of certain insects like Drosophila, and the Lambras chromosome are seen in the diplotin phase of meiosis, and the L-shaped chromosome also known as submetacentric chromosome. So when you solve one questions with explanations, it also give you many informations that enrich your knowledge or skill of solving MCQs. So let's move to the next question. So which of the following cell organelles is responsible for extracting energy from carbohydrates to form ATP. So ribosomes, chloroplast, mitochondrion and lysosomes. So which of the following cell organelle is responsible for extracting energy from carbohydrates to form ATP? So the correct answer is definitely will be mitochondria, because mitochondria is the powerhouse of cells. It's the energy it extract the energy from carbohydrate through cellular respiration to produce ATP, as well as ribosome uh, is involved in photosynthesis, but it also generates ATP, but not from carbohydrates. As well as lysosome is involved in digestion, not in energy production. So this is also a good question. I hope it will help you. Let's move to the next question. Select the mismatch. So you have to find out the mismatch. So gas vacuoles is found in a green bacteria, large central vacuoles animal cells, and protists euglenoids, and methanogens prokaryotes. So the I hope this question is a good question. And large central vacuoles is not found in the animal cells. It's always found in the plant cells. So large central, here you have to find out the mismatch. So the mismatch is here, large central vacuoles animal cells, because the large central vacuoles are always found in the plant cells. It is the main characteristics of plant cells, not animal cells. Animal cells must sometimes have vacuoles, but they are very tiny, very smaller. But it is not large central vacuoles. And gas vacuoles is found in the green bacteria or blue-green algae. This is very important information which you have only get from this solving this question. And protists, of course, Tubulina belongs to the protist. This is also correct. And methanogens also prokaryotes, and this is the main explanation for this question. A cell so next question, a cell organelle containing hydrolytic enzyme is. So 4 options are given. You have to choose the correct answer from this question. So lysosome, option A lysosome, option B microsome, option C ribosome, option D mesosome. So 4 options are given. You have to choose the. Who are watching, you just write the answer. Write the answer in the comment section. That will be very helpful. So I just taking some break, and you just try to answer this. So a cell organelle containing hydrolytic so So lysosome will be the correct answer for these questions, because lysosome contain hydrolytic enzymes that break down waste material and cellular debris. Another option like microsome is involved in microsomes are not it is a organelles. It is not organelle. It is a fragmentation of from the endoplasmic reticulum. And ribosome is involved in protein synthesis, and mesosome is a bacterial structure which is involved in the respirations, not hydrolysis. So let's move to the next question. So mitochondria and chloroplast are semi-autonomous organelles. Statement B, formed by division of pre-existing organelles, and they contain DNA but lack protein synthesizing machinery. So which one of the following option is correct? So here the mitochondria and chloroplast are semi-autonomous organelles, but the reason formed by division, statement B, formed by division of pre-existing organelles and they contain DNA but lack protein synthesizing or machinery. This option is not correct. So the correct answer for this question A is true. Of course, they are semi-autonomous organelles, and but B option statement is not correct. So option here A will be the correct answer for this question. But mitochondria and chloroplast are semi-autonomous organelle because they have their own DNA and some ability to synthesize their protein. And option B is false because they do contain DNA and have protein synthesizing machinery, because such as ribosomes, and they arise from pre-existing cells. So for this question the correct answer is here. So it is a good question, and it is, I think you take a screenshot for this type of questions. And let's move to the next question. First write the question and try to answer this question, and then I'll tell you the answer for this question. So microtubules are the constituent of, four options are given, A, B, C, D. So constituents of centriole, spindle fibers, chromosomes. Option B, centrosome, nucleosomes, centrioles, cilia, flagella, paroxysomes, spindle fiber, centrioles, and cilia. So here you have to find the microtubules. So microtubules is found in the cilia, flagella, and spindle fiber. So the option D, spindle fibers, centrioles, and cilia. So microtubules are a hollow cylindrical structure made up of tubulin protein, structural basis of spindle fiber, which is involved in mainly cell divisions, centrioles, part of the centrosomes, as well as the cilia, a hair-like structure for which is locomotor organ of some protozoans. So centriole, this is the correct explanation for the question. So which one of the following cell organelles is enclosed by a single membrane? So four options are given. you have to choose the correct answer from these questions. So for option, which one of the following cell organelles is enclosed by single membrane? So single membranes, so lysosomes, nuclei, mitochondria and chloroplast. So the nucleus, mitochondria and chloroplast, both these they have double membrane, and lysosome have only single membrane. That's why the option A will be the correct answer. So let's see the which one is the correct. Definitely option A. So lysosome is a single membrane bound organelles contain mainly hydrolytic enzymes, and nucleus, mitochondria and chloroplast are enclosed by double membranes. So this is the main correct explanation for this question. So let's begin again. So I'm giving you again the chance. Try to answer this question. Which one of the following organelles is enclosed by single organelle? Here the double membrane organelles are mitochondria, chloroplast and nucleus. So it will be the lysosomes, which have only single membrane. And this is the explanation for this question. So let's move to the next question. So I read the question again, and it will help you to solve this question. So I'll help you to solve this question and also give you the explanation for this question. So water soluble pigments found in the plant's cell vacuoles are. So four options are given. So you have to choose the correct answer for this question. So solve this question. Water soluble pigments found in the plant cells vacuoles are. So water solubles, carotenoids is not definitely water soluble because it is a fat soluble pigments. Xanthophylls also fat soluble, chlorophylls also. So the correct answer is anthocyanin. Carotenoid, xanthophylls and chlorophylls all are fat solubles and found in salmon. Carotenoids is found in the plastid, and chlorophyll is found in chloroplast, and anthocyanin water soluble pigments which is found inside the vacuoles of cell, and its color red or different type of colors. It exhibited different type of colors like red, purple and blue colors in plant cells vacuoles. So it is also involved in it's associated with the influencing the flower color as well as the fruit colorations. So it is found in the vacuoles of plant cells, and it is also associated with the coloration of flower and fruits. This is the main explanation for this questions. So let's move to the next question. Again matching. So for this matching questions, they are very easy. If you solve one or two correct, if you so So thylakoids. What is thylakoid? So thylakoid is a thylakoid are flat membranous sac in the stroma of chloroplast, and cristae are infoldings in the mitochondria, and cisternae are disc-shaped sac in the Golgi apparatus, and chromatin is condensed structure of DNA in the nucleus. So if you match them correctly, you just read the explanation, and this will help you solve this question. So I just provide you the explanation, and you read the explanation carefully and match this type of solving, answering the question. It will help you very much. So let's move to the next question. So cellular organelles with membranes are, so 4 options are given, and you have to find out the which organelles are have the membranes. So here option A, endoplasmic reticulum. Of course, endoplasmic reticulum have membrane. Ribosomes, no. So in this question you have to find out the membrane bound. So ribosome, as the ribosome don't have any kind of organelle, they membrane bound membrane, that's why this option is not correct, option A. And option B, lysosomes have membrane, Golgi apparatus have membrane, and mitochondria also have membrane. So this is the, I think this should be the correct answer. But let's see the other option. Nuclei, of course, it's have membrane. Ribosome, so ribosome don't have any kind of membrane, that's why she also discarded. And chromosomes, no, chromosomes don't have any kind of membrane, and ribosomes also not, don't have any membrane, and endoplasmic reticulum. So the correct answer for this question will B. So B is the correct answer because these organelles enclosed by membranes. Lysosome have single membrane, Golgi have stack membrane, and mitochondria have double membrane. So endoplasmic reticulum, ribosomes. In this, so I have already explained the answer, so that's no need to explain further. You just pause the video and read the explanation. It will be very helpful for your preparations for the exam. Let's move to the next question. Which of the following are not membrane bound? So here you have to find out the organelle which don't have any kind of organelle. So lysosome, of course, you have in the previous questions you just learned that lysosome have membrane, which is a single membrane organelles, mesosomes, vacuoles, and ribosomes. So the ribosome will be the correct answer for this question, because ribosome don't have any kind of membranes. Of course, vacuoles have a single membrane bound organelles in the plant cells, and lysosome also a single membrane bound, and mesosome is the infolding of bacterial plasma membrane, and it is associated with respirations of bacteria. So this is the explanation for this for this question, and it will help you. I hope it will be very helpful for your exam preparation. Let's move to the next. DNA is not present in. So nucleus have their own DNA, Mitochondria also have their own DNA. Chloroplast also they have their own DNA. So the correct answer for this question will be the ribosomes. So this is the explanations. What I have told, ribosomes contain ribosomal RNA and protein, but they don't have any DNA present in the nucleus, mitochondria and chromosome. The explanation for this question. And let's move to the next question. Nuclear envelope is a derivative of. So read the question and try to explain. Try to answer this question. So nuclear envelope is a derivative of mitochondria, microtubules, rough endoplasmic reticulum, smooth endoplasmic reticulum, membrane of Golgi complex. So the correct answer for this question is a rough endoplasmic reticulum, because the nuclear envelope is formed from the rough endoplasm. So the correct answer for this here, the rough endoplasmic reticulum. So and other options like microtubules, a structural component, not source of the nuclear envelope. Smooth, involved in smooth protein synthesis, not nuclear envelope formations, and membrane of Golgi vesicle formations, not nuclear membrane. So let's move to the next question. The structures that are formed by stacking of organized flattened membranous sac in the chloroplast. Stroma, stroma lamellae, stroma cristigrana. The structural membrane structures that formed by stacking of organized flattened membranous sac in the chloroplast such. Grana will be the correct answer for this question. Grana are stacks of thylakoid membranes within the chloroplast where photosynthesis occurs. So the stroma lamellae connect grana but are not the sacs. Stroma is the fluid-filled sacs, not stack membrane, and crystalline foldings in the mitochondria, not chloroplast. And this is the example's correct explanation for this question. And so let's move to the next question. Select the correct matching in the following pairs: rough endoplasmic synthesis of glycogen, rough endoplasmic reticulum oxidation of fatty acids, smooth endoplasmic reticulum oxidation of phospholipids, and smooth endoplasmic reticulum synthesis of proteins. So the correct answer is smooth endoplasmic reticulum is always involved in lipid synthesis. A rough endoplasmic reticulum is always involved in protein synthesis. So this is the correct explanations for this. So this is the explanation for this. Let's move to the next question. The chromosomes in which centromeres is situated close to one end are. So for option telocentric, submetacentric, metacentric and acrocentric. So one end is situated, chromosome in which centromere is situated close to one end are. So acrocentric will be the correct answer, because in acrocentric chromosomes have a centrosome located very close to one shape with a short and long arm. Telocentric incorrect, as telocentric chromosome have a centromere at the very end, and submetacentric centromere is off center but not close to the end, and metacentric it is centrally located. This is the correct explanation for the so I think today I will discuss some questions. So let's move to the